Hey guys, Julie here from Health Nut Julie, and this is my friend Jibbin, Sir Symmetry.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
So today we're just hanging out, and we decided we wanted to make a video because we were discussing how being sexy and confident extends far beyond physical appearance. So what do you have to say about that, Mr. Jib?
So, there's a really good book that was recommended to me by a really good friend of mine, Dr. Testosterone, aka Farhan.
He's on this channel too.
Yeah, exactly. So go
My
check
dudes.
that out. And Psycho-Cybernetics. And the book really talks about the guy. He's just some background info on it. Is the guy's a plastic surgeon, and he started doing plastic surgery on these people, and he would make them look beautiful, right? And they would still look in the mirror and say, "Oh, my nose looks a little bit better, but I still look the same," right? So really what was going on is what they were telling themselves in their brain, in their mind, they still kept seeing the same person. Even
Right.
though they physically looked different, it wasn't the same, right? So the same way that they can change themselves physically and still think the same way, I'm telling you guys, you can look the same, but change the way that you're looking at yourself.
Amen.
So if your self-perception is very important, and of course you're your worst critic. So if you're putting yourself down, other people are going to feel that energy.
Yes.
And they're going to put you down because they can feel that.
Yeah.
And it's really important what you're telling yourself in your head, even to like
Absolutely.
the little things, like, oh, if I'm gonna go do something, oh fuck, I don't want to do that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And I think especially for women, but men have this problem too, where you look at yourself in the mirror and it's actually called body dysmorphia, where you could be the skinniest, most fit person in the world, but you look at yourself and you see a fat person in the mirror. I know in the darkest times of my eating disorder, no matter how good I looked to the outside, like my family, my friends would always be like, oh, you look great, and I'd get compliments about the way I looked, but I would never see that. Like I would look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, oh God, and I would just pick myself apart. And it wasn't until I started to change my mindset and change the way I looked at my body and cared for my body and what it does for me as opposed to the way it looks, that I finally started to feel like myself again. And I think people started to vibe off of that energy too. And especially because I started Health Nut Julie in order to share the positive vibes, instead of, because you see these people, these fitness Instagram accounts where you look at them and yeah, they look great and everything, but it kind of just makes you feel like bad about yourself instead of coming from a place of like, you can accept yourself and love yourself how you are while still working to achieve what you want. Because I don't think you should be complacent either. Like I don't think you should just look and be like, oh, I'm done, because you're never done working. You can never stop improving. So
for sure. Yeah. One thing that can really I know we've both done this before, is compare ourselves to other people, and that can one thing that I personally learned was just that I'm not them. I can always
Right.
look at somebody else and say, man, they're doing this and I'm not doing this, but I'm not them. So it's just invalid to even think that way.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I think you should always strive to be better than the person you were yesterday, as opposed to trying to be better than somebody else, because you're never going to be somebody else. You can aspire to be like someone, like if you value someone and their success and you want to get to where they are, just know that even in that situation, your path is going to look much different than theirs. So it's all about learning to appreciate and love yourself along the journey, instead of just waiting until you arrive at a final destination and thinking then you're going to be happy, because that happened to me too. Like I got to my certain body fat percentage that I wanted to hit, and it's not like I woke up one day and I was like, I'm done here, like I'm so happy, everything in my life is perfect, my relationships are great, everything's great. It was like, if you haven't done the inner working, you're still not going to be happy when you reach that point. So
that also is also comes with people who do want to like be someone else, and they end up there, and then they're like, well, I'm here, and now it's like, what do I do with the rest of my life? And then like there's nothing else, because I already beat that person or did better than that person. And if that's the only goal that you had, that's it. Right now there's no
done.
more. You can't like expand from that. So yeah.
Absolutely. So do you have any recommendations or anything to tell them about starting to love yourself now and feel confident in your own skin? Do you have any tips or tricks or advice that you use specifically or you've heard of using?
So like I said earlier, the first thing I would say is be very careful of the language that you use. even like down to the words, literally like the smallest words, like because they can really make a big change. What is it? I failed at this, right? I did, or I am a failure, right? Instead of saying I'm a failure, I didn't do well at this thing.
Right.
Now it's time to move on and do something else.
Right.
Because it's not.
Or try again.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And don't hold yourself to that. There's always plenty of more opportunities out there.
Absolutely.
So that's the first thing. The second thing that I'm gonna say is really, I'm just saying this from my perspective. Put yourself out there, and you will get a reality check. Because then you'll really see what's going on around you, the way that people treat you, the way that you're interacting with people. That's a sign of, and the way that they're treating you.
Right.
And that's the way that you are going to understand what's really going on inside of you, subconsciously. Because subconsciously, the things that you're going to do, they're going to show. And if people are going to recognize that. So definitely, like, go out there and experience stuff. Like, if you're gonna stay at home and just be like, oh, it's just gonna come, like, no, like,
it's not. You have to go out and get it.
Exactly. You're waiting for nothing.
And just to give you an example of what he means by that, so say you go out and you always feel like the world is working against you, like you keep hitting every red light, people are just mean to you for no reason, like all these different things are happening that you're perceiving as bad. That's probably because you're sending out a vibe, like a really negative vibe, you know, because you get back what you give out. So if you're positive and you're happy, that's what you're going to get in return. But if you're always angry and you're cynical and you're judging other people, you're judging yourself, other people are going to do the same thing to you.
I think Tony Robbins has a saying, where energy flows, something goes, or something like that. And basically, like, even if you're thinking like, oh, I hit like everything wrong, or I do everything wrong, everything is gonna be wrong. It's never gonna be right. Like, oh, I keep hitting every red light, or everyone hates me. I think I hear that a lot. Like, everything hates me, or I don't look good.
Nothing ever works out for me.
Oh, I'm not cute. I don't look good enough. I'm not like handsome. Something like that. Then like that always just comes back, like, and that's all that you're gonna get, because literally you're telling yourself that, and people can see that,
absolutely.
So
I think from a body image perspective, just to give you guys something that I've done personally, in learning how to appreciate and love your body, my friend Caitlin, who's one of my clients, actually taught me this trick. She's like, when's the last time you just looked at yourself in the mirror and just said something positive? And I was like, damn, like, never. I mean, yeah, there's like days you look and you're like, okay, I look good today, but I'm the kind of person who's like going all the time, so I don't even have, like, I just put on my makeup and I like run out the door. I don't take time to sit there and stare at myself. My friend Luke actually talked about this too, sitting by yourself for 20 minutes, he said, which you can do this for 5, but just naked and just like examining your body.
You like read my mind.
I
was just about to say something
naked.
Like that. Yeah.
Of course you would. But you're like, just get naked. And no, but really, and I think yoga, like, because of the way you have to feel and be in the movements also, that helps. Repeating positive affirmations. So if you tell yourself something enough times, you're going to start to believe it. So looking at yourself in the eyes in the mirror and saying, you are beautiful, Julie, or whatever your name is, obviously. Maybe your name's Julie, Jibbin.
Just say,
like, God, Jibbin, you're handsome.
Just say yourself that, you know, like, yeah, like, I'm a beautiful person.
Yeah.
And you will attract beautiful people.
That's so true. Oh, I'm so emotional right now.
Man, what was, I had another thing. I think one thing that was advised to me was look at yourself in the mirror naked and then like tell yourself that. But I'm going to advise, don't like close your eyes and tell yourself that you're beautiful. Even like be naked if you want, but I think what's more important is, instead of looking at what's like here, I know it's like really cliche, don't look at what's on the outside, but it's literally what is on the inside. If you're happy with yourself on the inside, then it's going to show on the outside.
Right, and that's doing the inner work too. So when you value, or you place so much value on what you look like on the outside, you have nothing left to contribute from the inside. So if you're spending so much time buying, like from a women's perspective, like hair products and this and that, like doing all these things to make yourself more beautiful, I would recommend investing your time in working on yourself internally, you know, reading books, becoming smarter, because then there's something to be said for valuing yourself based on those things, because those are the things that really matter. It's not so much how great your hair looks or how much makeup you can apply, and if you're into that, that's great, but at the same time, if all your value is placed on your looks, that's just a downward spiral. Because what happens if something like happens, you know, you get punched or
There's a
Your arm
fine
gets
ass
chopped off.
chick. There's a fine ass chick out there that some man is tired of.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just because she's fine as
Me.
fuck.
I'm just kidding.
And I think everyone's tired of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like that said, and so it's not about just because like the way you look or not. You know, be conscious of how you're treating somebody else, and yeah,
I think we can wrap it up. I think that was good shit.
I think so.
All right. Well, we will talk to you guys later. This is Sir Symmetry. How can they find you?
You can hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, and I also have a YouTube channel, Sir Symmetry. It's Sir Space Symmetry. It's not one word, just two words, Sir Symmetry. And yeah, just come by, check me out, and comment on those, and like, comment, and share this video if you liked it, and let the whole world know who Health Nut Julie is.
Yes, and him,
I'm like
because he's great.
hunched over.
Oh, tell them what you
because,
do really quick.
He's
a neurosomatic therapist.
I am.
Give that to them in like very basic terms. What does that mean?
Go over to my channel and check it out, and there's some stuff that talks about it, because if not, we can sit here for days.
Yeah.
And
Trying to wrap it up.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, if you're interested in what he does, he's amazing and he's going to change the world. So go look him up. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.